Welcome to the Army Empire Podcast, your go-to podcast for insightful tips on investment strategies, entrepreneurship, and all things money matters. Join Bernard Alerte, your guide on this journey to financial freedom. Each episode will dive into expert advice, practical strategies, and inspiring stories to help you take control of your financial future. Whether you're an aspiring entrepreneur or a seasoned investor, we've got something for everyone. So get ready to unlock your financial potential and make your money work for you. And now, let's welcome your host, Bernard Alerte.
Hello.
Hi, Liz. How are you doing?
Good. Listen, my thing was saying that it was showtime, so it looks like we're a little early, but listen, we already have people joining.
Yes, it's starting. I got to started early.
But you know what? Because today is our very first episode where we are launching on every one of the platform icons you see up at the top. We're on Instagram today for the first time.
Yes, very excited.
We're live on Instagram. And for those who watch on Facebook and those who watch on YouTube, we're so glad to be here yet again with you all. Here we go. We got our folks jumping on.
Yes, absolutely.
How are you? So you ready for some turkey or panini?
Yes, ready for it. I'm ready as I'm ever gonna be. Right, I don't have to do that much cooking, but I eat right. Maybe I'll fast the day before or something.
The day before.
Yes, exactly. So you can eat more.
And the $1 million question: what is your guest that you had for the past 2 weeks? Your wife. What is she making?
She's making turkey. What else is she making? She's like, I'm gonna keep it a surprise. I'm gonna surprise. Like, all right. So she's gonna surprise us with what she's gonna make. And my mom's out here too, so she loves to cook. So she's gonna be cooking too. So can't wait.
Love it so much. Listen, we are entering December next month. This is the last episode of the month of November.
Yes.
And I can say the past couple months, we have learned so much. So make sure you have your pen, make sure you have your notebook, which I need to grab mine here. Where'd you go? I need to grab my, listen, we're all learning. All learning here. And we want to get to understand a little bit more about the topic today. But before we do, where do you get the topics from? Like, are you taking us through any particular order?
Yes, we're taking that. I think third episode, episode 3, we talk about the 5 rules of wealth. We talk protect your assets, debt is a cancer, pay yourself first, be an owner, not a loaner, and work 100 hours a day. Those are 5 rules of wealth. So we want to walk people through that process. First we spent like September was Life Insurance Awareness Month. So that was a great topic. Talk about protecting your asset, even set up wills and probates, how to understand that a little bit more. So we started that. Then the second one, we talked about debt as a cancer. We spent a lot of time on debt, ways to get out of debt, to mindset to debt, how to improve your credit, things, the pitfalls to look forward to look after. And also we went over some of the challenges that are out there, like, challenges that people face, like scams or things people take advantage of, for people to be aware of. So we talked about that also. And we kind of, this is the part now we talk about, we talked about investing. Pay yourself first, ways to have your money work for you. And the last 2 weeks, we had my wife and I, Leah and I, we did marriage and money, kind of break it off in the middle a bit, because we're getting a lot of people asking a lot of questions. My husband, I want to do this. My husband, my wife, and let's put episode together to have the right mindset, the care of couples to have before they get married. It was only for single people, right? If you're single, it's good for single, so you know what to look for, right? And also, if you're about to get married, right? Congratulations, your daughter got engaged, right? We found out your daughter got engaged, so very exciting.
Yeah.
So to you definitely watch that episode too, right? Episodes, right? And people that are married right now and trying to navigate the whole financial world, the right way to think, what to do, how to guide. So This is why we want to give people, like, now we want to give people meat. We want to give people things that they can learn, take advantage of. Because you hear the saying, what you don't know doesn't hurt you. But when it comes to your money, what you don't know will definitely hurt you. So we want people to really know what's there, the right information, to concrete information, take advantage of, because there's a whole world of social media out there. People are professional, talk about they're professionals, this and that, and I hear the information out there. It's sad. We had someone got take advantage of that. It totally. It wasn't good. I don't like seeing that, because people work hard for their money. People work very, very hard for their money, and we got to make sure that they have to protect their money, know ways to improve. So that's important to me. So I want people to know knowledge out there so they can take advantage of.
I love that we had that foundation in the beginning, and you've just been taking us deeper and deeper and deeper to understand all those things that you just mentioned. Yes. And let's get even deeper. So what is the topic for today?
The topic, we talked about a couple weeks before, ways to have your money grow. But then people say, Bernard, how does it work? Where can I save and invest my money? So how does it work? How does investing? It's very people want to learn more about that, but they don't know how to understand it. So we wanted to kind of break it out in a very simple way for people to understand how money works, right? Where should you invest your money? Right, best way to invest money. So we want to talk about investing and professional money management. And we talked a couple episodes back about do not invest. Only invest your money with someone that's investment license or securities license. Do not invest your money with someone that's not the flavor of the month, whatever it might be. Do not invest. Make sure it's professionally managed. Your money has to invest your money. And one of the best vehicles, I believe, for middle America to have invested money is we talk about mutual funds. People say, well, Bernard, what's a mutual fund? What's a stock? And let me share what a stock is, right? Let's look at let's look at Starbucks, right? I love Starbucks, right? Mm-hmm. Starbucks is one company. So when you invest money in a stock, it might go up. If it goes up, you make money. And if it goes down, you lose money.
Correct.
So that's one stock, one company. So you can make money investing in one stock, and you could lose money also investing in one stock also. So that's kind of scary for a lot of people. Okay. But what's a mutual fund? Let's look at the next slide. What is actually a mutual fund? I didn't know. Listen, Liz, first time I had no idea what a mutual fund was. First time I was like, they talk about mutual fund. And I kept talking mutual fund. I'm like, me being young, 24 years old, I thought mutual fund was something you have with your girlfriend on a Friday night or something, right? Mutual fund. That's what I thought it was. I had no idea what it meant. So when they broke it down, what is actually a mutual fund? Here's what a mutual fund is. Mutual fund is a lot of companies put together, right? See, mutual funds, number one, been around since 1924. Mm-hmm. None of us were born. We're born for 1924. An average mutual fund has between 30 companies to 300 companies. Okay. An average mutual fund, you look at the average rate of return in mutual fund, if you average it out throughout the years, it went from 9% to 12% over a period of time. Right? Not year after year, but on average, but not 9 to 12% interest in a mutual fund, right? So let's take a look at let's look at a mutual fund. Mutual funds, a lot of companies. So let's say there's brand name companies we all know: McDonald's, Visa, BP. We have Coca-Cola, Chase. So a mutual fund might own a lot of these companies together, right? So they pull them together. All these companies put together one mutual fund. So they make it one fund. So you might have 50 companies or 100 companies. And what happens with a mutual fund, guess what happens? There's someone called professional money managers. There are people that are professional money managers. So they work with, or they do a lot of research, have research analysts that work with all these companies, right? And they research these companies. So they pull them together in a mutual fund, right? Now, let's say, for example, the job of the money manager is to make sure each stock performs at the right place. So, for example, you might have a situation where Apple goes up, Google goes down, right? So the mutual fund manager, what he actually does, he looks at every different stock, and let's say if one stock's not performing good, he replaces them with another company. he replaced, okay, this guy not performing, let's replace another company. So their job is to make you money. Their job is they do the research to make you money. That's their job, to make you money. They get paid when the fund does good. Okay, so they have an incentive to have a good performing fund. So they're always looking different ways for them to improve. So they might have. So if you have, let's say if you invest in one stock, right? If you invest in one stock, if that stock goes down, then you lose money. But let's say if that stock is part of 100 different companies, so it doesn't affect that much. So if you have $100,000 invested in one stock, let's say the stock crashes, 100, that's 100,000, you lose 100,000. Go out of business, you lose your money. But if you have that one stock is within a mutual fund, if there's 100 company, if that stock goes down for some reason, the manager will replace it. So the stock that the loss is very limited. You might lose 1,000. Right? And they're gonna replace it with another company. So it gives you balances everything out. So, and what should mutual fund be used for? For retirement, for college, right? Mutual funds, the best places, most 401ks are invested in mutual fund. If for retirement, college, emergency fund for, let's say, 3 to 5 years, a little time. So it's very important. Mutual funds have some called liquidity. You can take money out anytime. If you have access to your money if you want to. Okay, so mutual fund is the best places that you can have the market work for you. Okay, and you have managers that are there to help you grow your money. So you don't have to.
Managers are just moving the pieces.
Yeah. Exactly, which is perfect, right?
So good. Welcome to those who are watching. Welcome to those really quickly who are watching on Instagram. We have a few folks on there. Welcome, welcome. Absolutely. Our next slide.
Let's talk about what are some of the concepts? See, we call it 3 Ds of investing. Okay. Now, a good way to keep you focused on your goals to remember the 3 Ds of investing, right? And the first one is discipline. Okay. Discipline is by staying focused and staying invested to all market activity, you can increase your long-term potential. That means when you invest, you have to invest with your head, not the headlines. The challenge let me share with you a truth, right? The market has been averaging 10-12% for the past long period of time. But our average investor return has been 3%. The market has been doing 12%, but average investor return is 3%. Why? Because there are a lot of basic investing mistakes. For example, a lot of people, they see, even like I was getting calls, man, the election's coming up right now. Should I move my money? People say this, if this president's in power, that president, the market's going to do it. No, don't do a thing. Invest with your head. If your goals have not changed, do not change anything. Do not make any moves. Okay, you have to stay disciplined. Stay disciplined. Don't worry. This is happening. This is happening. This company, stay invested. Stay disciplined. Right? Stay the course. If your objective does not change, then don't change anything. Right? So that's the first. These disciplines very, very hard. Right? And second one is diversification. We're perfect with a mutual fund. See, because there is no single perfect investment out there, you take advantage of what's the next best thing. The next best thing is to build a portfolio with a balanced variety of investment. So if you're investing, you can have a couple mutual funds, but so you don't have one, you have 2, 3, or 5 different mutual funds. So you kind of diversified, right? And let me share with you what I like to share with a lot of my clients. I like to tell you how it's important for us to say discipline and not to look at the flavor of what's happening. You ever go on a highway, Liz, right? And you're driving in the middle lane and you see the left lane go, right? The left lane's going faster. Like, you know what? This lane's going faster. I'm gonna go to the left lane, right? And you go left lane, you move up a little bit, you think you're moving. The next thing you know, the left lane stops. Then the middle lane starts moving, right? And you're like, oh, you know what I'm gonna do? And you same car that you seen pass you by before, same line passing you, right? Then you I'm moving to the middle lane. It's gonna go right. Then you move to the middle lane, right? Then see the right lane moving, and you're back and forth. And you think about it, you made a lot of movements, but you didn't get closer to where you need to be.
Yep, I'm been there.
That's what happens with people who are investing. You have this and that, and you're moving, and you're hearing this, someone, your friend, and you're changing everything. and you're not close. Sometimes you're even further behind. And because you made so many moves, you took money out, and what happened? It cost you money. This is why I always tell people, do not, it's very important. I recommend always have an advisor that's going to keep you. See, when you have an advisor, why is it important to have an advisor, someone you're working with? Because when the market does good, that's fine. But see, you need an advisor when the market is going through changes, for example, and you have questions, and you need someone that's going to walk you through, that's going to keep you on track, make you stay ahead of the goals, right? So it's that diversification. You can have different mutual funds put together. The last one is dollar cost averaging.
Yeah, what's that?
And people don't really know. And let me tell you, that is the key. That is the key to being wealthy. And this is where is the most misunderstood concept that makes a difference, long term. Dollar cost averaging is investing a certain fixed amount each month, regardless of what's happening in the market. That means you're investing $100 a month or $200 a month, whatever amount, $50 a month, $50 a month, $25 a month. But you're consistent. No matter what's happening, you're investing, you don't change. Okay? You stay the course. And let me share with you how powerful dollar cost averaging is. It's going to blow your mind. If you look at the next slide, right? If I was to ask you, listen, there's two investors, investor A and investor B. Let's look at investor. Investor A invests $100 a month in a rising market. You see a red line? So the market is going up in a rising market. That's investor A, right? Versus investor B, right? Same $100 a month, but in a fluctuating market, where it fluctuates a little bit. Now, if you was to ask someone, who would you rather be, investor A or investor B? Which one would you pick looking at the chart right now?
A.
Everybody say A 100%, the rising market, right? Let's take a look at what actually means, right? The next slide. When you're investing a certain amount of money every single month, if you're investing $100 a month, right, Liz? It's $100 a month. You're buying shares. You're buying shares of a mutual fund. So let's say the mutual fund share price is $20 a share, right? So $100. So if you're investing $100 a month, so $20, if it's $20 a share, you're buying 5 shares, right? If it's $10 a share, you're buying 10 shares. So let's take a look at the first one, investor A, right? The first one is the cost per share. The first comes at cost per share. See, if you see the cost per share kept going up, $10, $12, $14, $16, $18, $20. You see that, right? So if you look at the average out the share price, average cost per share is $14 a share, right? So if you look at the bottom number of shares for the same money, the amount of money invested, that person bought 42 shares. Right. So if you were to calculate how much money does that person have right now, you take the $14 a share times the 42 shares. Now they would have $845 a share. $845. So they invested $600 of their own money. Yeah. Now they have $845, which is good. That means they made a profit. Let's look at investor B. The same cost per share. Let's take a look at it. The first column is $10 a share. But guess what happened? It dropped down to $7 a share. Now, oh my God, I lost money. But look what happens. How many shares did it buy? They bought 14 shares. If I was to ask you, is it better to buy to shop on sale or full price?
Yeah, on sale.
Buy on sale, right? Think about it. Is it better to buy when, let's say, if you were to buy a house, right? Is it better to buy when the house is at the house at the lowest or at the highest?
Yeah, the lowest.
Why is it makes sense to buy a house at the lowest, but when you want to buy investment, you want to buy at the highest?
Jeez, so Pete.
Right?
Yeah, we're going to B now.
Yeah, so think about it, right? So now you bought 14 shares at $7 a share. Now, next time it dropped down to $4 a share. Panic. This is where people lose money, Liz. This is where people make bad choices. They see, oh my gosh, it's at $4 a share. They look at the statement and they might see, for example, temporarily that their investment says, 25% down. 30. They see it. But guess what happens? For the $4, you bought 25 shares. It went down to $2 a share. Panic, everybody goes nuts. You bought 50 shares with the same $2. So you invest the same amount of money, right? Now it went back up again, $6, right? 16, $10, 10 shares. Now, if you think about it, that investment did not perform that good. But guess what? Because you invested every single month, that same person, at average share price is $4 a share, you've accumulated 125 shares with the same amount of money you invested. Look, what's the difference? The investor B has $1,259. They doubled their money where the fund did not perform good.
Yeah.
See, this is the power of being disciplined and dollar cost averaging. Keep investing, stay invested. And there was a slide which I wish I had. I'm gonna have for next week, right? Which actually shows you in 2008 when the market went down. Right? It shows you different scenarios. When 2008, when the market went down, where this person had invested this amount of money, they lost this much, and they took the money out and they put it under a mattress. Right. And it's oh my God, I lost money. Let me take it out and put it in a bank where they get 1% or something. And the second investor, they have the money, but they kept the money there. The third person, they had it, they actually kept it and kept the money in mutual funds, kept it, then change the investments. And one thing, they actually put it somewhere conservative, and they invested money every month. And the fifth scenario where they kept, not only they kept the money there, but they kept investing throughout the market.
Yeah, we need to see that slide.
And the difference is astonishing. In millions.
Wow.
This is where a lot of people make mistakes when it comes to their money. I always share with people, listen, don't look at, if you put mutual funds for a long term, you don't have to do it for short. If you put it for the long term, let it sit there and grow. Don't look at your statement every month. Don't look at your statement. Like I always ask someone, let me ask you a question. If you have your house, do you look at the value? Do you look at the value of your house every single day?
No.
Why? Why?
Really, how much is it gonna?
Because you live in the house, right or wrong. If you live in the house, why should you care what the value of the house every single day? Why would you want to go to Zillow? What's it today? What's it next month? You don't care because you live in the house. You're here for what? The long term, you live there. Same thing with mutual fund investment. When do you look at it is when, after, if you make the right choices in the beginning and you haven't changed. Now, everybody risk tolerance is different. Someone that's younger might have more time to grow the money versus someone that might be older. So there's different risk tolerance for different age groups, bracket, right? But if you didn't hit your goals yet, guess what? Don't look at it. Don't worry about it. The only time you lose money is when you take money out. Now, I use an analogy. If your house right now, if you bought your house, you live in your house, and you bought the house for $300,000, right? And you found that 6 months with the market, and the house is worth $250,000. Do you? Oh my gosh! Do you leave your house? Do you sell the house right now, or you stay in the house?
You stay in the house
because you live in the house. It's the same thing. Mutual fund, stay there. The only time if you were to sell your house, then you lost $50,000. But if you stayed in the house, and it's gonna go back up. It's the same thing with investing. You have to be disciplined. Once you establish, this is what the money's for. This is when I need the money. Make sure you sit down with someone, make sure the right choices, and let that money grow. And just keep. And when you see if you see the market go down, invest more money. That's the time. Say, oh my gosh, it's on sale. Here's what you have to say. Change your mindset. When you see, oh my God, the market went down. Oh, it's on sale. Let me find some more money to invest. Right? I say, oh my gosh, let me pull my money out. This is how people lose money. This is how, because people, and they have no one. That's why you have to have an advisor, someone that's going to guide you, someone that's going to walk you through. I always tell my clients, I'm here for you, not when the market's doing good. I'm here for when the market is going through fluctuations and you need someone to stop you from jumping over, right? Making the wrong choices. This is why we're here. This is why you have to have someone to guide you. to educate you and to show you so you stay on track. So if you follow those rules when it comes to that, it's so important. Listen, 1 out of 4 people have a mutual fund in the United States. One out, and it's one of the best investments out there for middle America. But 1 out of 4 people has a mutual fund. And three out of 4 don't even understand them. Don't even know what's the next step. How do I get one? How do I take advantage of that?
Yeah. We have a question on Instagram. Does every investment have dollar cost average feature?
Absolutely. And dollar cost if you're investing every month. Now, there's different investments some allow you to, like we have an investment that work for as little as $25 a month. Someone can invest money every month.
Right.
Absolutely. So 50, absolutely. So dollar cost averaging is something you want. It's perfect for people, for everybody's got your dollar. If you have like a 401k and you have money coming out of your paycheck every week or every 2 weeks, every pay period, you're actually dollar cost average. That's what you are doing. You are dollar cost averaging, but you're not realizing it, but because you're doing it on a regular basis. Now, if you don't have a 401k, you want to set up your own investment like IRSI, you can dollar cost average it where you have money coming out every month. That's the best way. That's the best way to have the money grow. And that takes all the headache out of the market. No one can predict when the market is going to go up, is when the market is going to go down. If anyone tells you they can predict, they're lying to you. No one knows. But we know the market goes up, the market goes down. Now, the good thing about mutual fund, they give you some kind of steady growth, a little buffer. Okay. So it gives you a chance to you can have fluctuations, but maybe not as big as sometimes the market, right? If you have one individual stock, but over a period of time, if you stay invested, stay consistent, and you don't change your goals, you will hit your goals and you'll have money work for you and you'll see it happen. You're not going to see it overnight, but you're going to see it happen over a period of time.
Best tip. This advice has been phenomenal, very informative. We have some folks on Instagram saying, thank you so much, you all, for watching. Anna's on, Evelyn Rosario. We have some folks that started following on Instagram. It says they started following you. Oh, we like that. We like that. Absolutely. We love to celebrate you all. Thank you so much for watching and being part of the Army Empire podcast. This is just getting better and better every single week. Go to the YouTube channel. And even here, if you're on Facebook or on Instagram, you can watch the replay. So good.
Absolutely.
So good.
And we have the great stuff. Next week, we're going to talk more about specific, retirement plans, like difference between Roth IRAs, 401ks, how they work, how they function, tax deferred versus tax deductible, what actually means, and which one kind of best fits. Every person's different.
Okay, literally, that was going to be my question. When you were talking about 401k earlier, I was going to say, okay, so do I do the 401k? Do I do the mutual fund? There's so many. What is the difference in how they all work? Okay, so let's go there next week. Let's go there.
We'll talk about that so people at least have a clarity. And I don't like to recommend specific investment. This is something that one-on-one we talk about and we see what best fits the person. Like I said, everybody's different. If you look at the slide, there's disclosures to let you know there's no past results, don't guarantee future results. So people know, even though it says 9, doesn't mean like every year it goes 9 to 12%. It fluctuates, you average over a period of time. So those are important for people to know. Okay.
That's awesome. Guys, let us know where you're watching from. Are you in the car? Are you sitting in your kitchen? Are you in the living room? Are you the passenger in a car right now and you're listening to us? I want to know where all these folks are watching from. We got some numbers on Instagram and here as well. And it's exciting to see that you guys are on. But again, we will see you next week. Next Tuesday, we will be back with our financial coach, the one and only, the very best, Bernard Alerte.
So I'll try to convince my wife I'm the very best, but she always keeps me. Make sure that I'm just kidding. She keeps me humble, right? I keep me humble.
Gotta keep you humble.
Absolutely, definitely.
I love you, my brother.
I love you too.
See you soon, and have a happy Thanksgiving, you all.
Happy Thanksgiving, exactly. Enjoy. We have so much to be grateful for, and let's just have an attitude of gratitude.
Yes, you got that right. Thank you. Have a good night. Bye.
Take care. Good night, guys.
Thanks for tuning in to the Army Empire podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe and share it with your friends. Join us next week for another exciting edition, and until then, keep building your empire.